What is up? Lindsay here. I am unshowered and feeling rather unattractive, so I decided that, hey, I guess it's time for me to make a video again. And ironically enough, I have a story to share. After yesterday, I made the video regarding, how I travel, how it feels to travel alone, and how I stay emotionally healthy. So, and in the video, I was saying, like, I've met some creepy people, and travel shit happens, and like literally a few hours later after I shot the video, like shit hit the fan in my little travel world. So I wanted to share with people kind of how things can happen on the road and what to do and how to handle it. So you can apply this to your life if you're not traveling, but I want to just tell you my story. So yesterday, I'm working at a bed and breakfast here in Sicily, and even from my very first day, I was told by some of the guests when I arrived how creepy the owner was, and that, oh, he's never there and he's inappropriate. So I literally had my backpack on and was walking into the bed and breakfast to stay for 1 month, and they're like, oh yeah, he's an asshole, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, all right, giddy on up, like this is gonna be interesting. And I've learned to handle people of all different walks of life, so I usually always want to form my own opinion. But the guy arrives with the other worker that I was working with, and he was nice enough, and he showed us to our apartment, because we were staying in a separate apartment. And the second we walked in the door, it was like a freaking wet basement. I swear, it smelled so bad, and it was fine. There was just a lot of like black mold in the ceiling, and I'm very sensitive to that. So like even after the first night, I was like getting a headache, and we would have to sleep with the door open and stuff. But I'm like, for me, I've learned to just, it's like, okay, I have a place to stay. It's not like I'm in a dungeon, even though it kind of felt like it. So I just kept on keep on keeping on. So my job at the bed and breakfast is just to clean. It's like super glamorous. I'm glad I'm using my master's degree to clean toilets in other countries, but it's easy work, and I have a free place to stay. So blah. So we were doing it, but after like my first or second day, I literally wanted to leave. I was like, because my second night here, I was at a friend's house for dinner. The owner of the bed and breakfast was here, and I could just tell that the dude was creeping on me. Like, we were all singing and having fun and like having a drink, and he like, tried touching my leg and like tried touching my hair, and I was just like, back up, buddy, like ain't gonna happen. And plus he's married with a child, by the way. He's just a creeper. But I was like, oh, whatever. Like, I limited my interactions with him. Like, I would just go, I would work, I put my distance. I could tell that he knew that I, wasn't really appreciating him. But I was still polite enough and did my job and all that kind of good stuff. So I was with two other girls who were amazing. This girl from Russia and this girl from Spain, and we just had like such a good time. Like, Sicily is freaking phenomenal. Like, the people are awesome, the food's awesome. But they ended up both leaving because they had to go home to work and this and that. So then I was alone for a couple of days, which was fine. But I think I worked, we were supposed to have 1 day off a week, and I worked like 10 days in a row or something. Like, he's just a fucking, excuse my language, oh my God. He's just a jackass. But, so I just was doing it. A new girl came, and she ended up, after 2 days, she disappeared on me yesterday. Like, she was super nice, but I go home to our new apartment because he put us in a new apartment where he didn't have 2 beds. We had to share the same bed for the first night. And then he was going to have us carry our own beds to the new apartment. He's just a crazy man. So yesterday after we worked, the girl was like, oh, I'm going to go eat lunch. And I was like, okay, I'll see you later. I went in to meet my friend. And yeah, I come back and all of her stuff is gone. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot deal with this anymore. It's like too much drama for me. I'm like such a kickback, laid back, just want to have fun traveler. So I ended up packing my stuff. I came over to my friend's house, and I was like, shit, I have a problem. What do I do? And he actually knows the owner too. So he can empathize with how crazy he is. So luckily enough, he has a bottom floor of his house that's empty. It's like a separate apartment. So I offered, I said, I can stay here. I'm like, I'll clean for you. I'll help you. Like, I don't want to just be like freeloading it. So I'll be here for a little while. But yesterday I tried to talk to the owner, and like, I'm a very honest, like direct person. So I was trying to explain to him how he doesn't like make people feel comfortable, and it's very inappropriate how he acts. Like, and I found out that he kind of like does this. Like, he has girls come, and then he tries to like mac on them, and like, oh my God, it just like makes me want to vomit. thinking that like other people, oh my God. Anyway, so, and he just didn't get it. He just thought like, I don't know. It was like trying to talk to a child. I left there yesterday, like my face was bright red, and I was just like, I don't have to deal with it anymore. It's like a sigh of relief. And for me, it was the other girl, like her, but by her taking action and like seeing it, I was like, yeah, I'm like, I'm crazy for staying in this situation. Like, I'm happy enough. It was fine. It wasn't like I was unsafe or anything. Like, I was just doing what I was doing. But like, my point is that if you're in a situation where like things aren't going right, or like you don't feel 100% comfortable, like take action and change your situation. It doesn't, just because, like for me, like yesterday I said, oh, you don't have to always be polite. Like I feel like the other workers, they had issues, but they didn't want to say anything. Like, you know, because with workaway, it's like we work off of reviews. And this was my 6th workaway. I had 5 very excellent reviews. So I wasn't worried. I'm like, he can like talk shit about me online if he wants and write a negative post about me, because it's just one. Like, I really don't care. But the other people were like, oh, we don't want to get a bad review if we say anything. So for me, I would be giving him an awful review, because I feel like it's my responsibility to express to other travelers exactly what the situation was, because I just think like, would I want my friend to be in the situation that I was just in? And I was like, no. Like, was it horrible? Absolutely not. I probably could have just stuck it out there if I had to, but I would have, like, people were coming here on holiday, like as their vacation, and they show up and it's like, like pretty much the girl that just came and left, like she's like, I feel like I'm a slave. But anywho, yeah, so that was my travel craziness, and I just thought it was super ironic after I made the video yesterday that like everything just kind of blew up. But I'm in a much better situation now, and my friend that I'm staying with, he's super funny and nice, and we get along great. And I was like coming over here every day anyway. Like when the other 2 girls were here, we were like all like this like little family, and we would always eat dinner together. So I would much rather have him benefit from workaway and having somebody help him clean, because he has an enormous house, than like some stupid idiot that just he's so dense, like so dense. But I just wanted to share it, because like this is the kind of the funny stuff that happens on the road that I usually don't write about. Like, you see my photos, you see this, but like this is the stuff that like for me, I'm like, oh, it's just normal, like, right? Even though it's just crazy. It's like the crazy stuff that happens in my life. But anyway, I am off to actually go clean a little bit and dye this crazy hair that I've been neglecting for a few months, and maybe shower. Yeah. All right. So I hope everyone has a great, what day is it? Saturday. And I will check in soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.